Yo, what's up? Ogechi Aghaji, aka Oaghaji here with another review. Now, today's review is going to be on the 1983 Hong Kong Kung Fu comedy film classic from the Shaw Brothers Studios, Fast Fingers. And it stars, and I have my notes of the film right here, and I'm going to read them to you. Anyway, as I was saying, it stars Chin Su Ho, Bill Tung, Lo Meng, Chen Kam or Chen Gum, Lu Lai Lin, Eva Lai Yin Shan, Wang Long Wai, Hyun Ji He or Zhou Cheon-Sa, and more. And the fight choreographers are Choi Ha or Susha, Choi Fa, Yun Fai, Chen Ka San or Chen Ga San. The screenwriters, Guan Yiu-Wing, Chow Wing and Gaai, produced by Moto Fong, and the soundtrack by Stephen Shin Gum Wing and So Jun Hao. Anyways, yeah, I want to talk about this film for a minute though, and I got the chance to do it. Now, before I continue, just want to let y'all know, as usual, that if y'all hear any background noises and whatnot and things like that, that's my family. Even though it's quiet right now, I just want to give y'all the heads up, just in case, y'all. Anyways, let's continue. And I'm going to read the synopsis as best as possible I have written down in this nice piece of paper right here. Anyways, let's get it on. The story follows a notorious pickpocket named Uncle Bill and his two adopted sons, Chao Chi and Mao Chun, who reunite after a prison release to pull off cons. They cross paths with a strict police captain named T. Lee Wei and stumble into a dangerous conspiracy involving a local drug lord named Dragon. And that's the bit of the story that I can give y'all without spoiling it too much, y'all. So anyways, the story is actually pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I definitely like it. It doesn't, it was able to blend, it doesn't take itself too seriously, you know what I'm saying? But it does get a little serious, with the drug lord stuff with Dragon, his, madam, played by Hyun Ji Hye, or, oh no, Hyun Hye Ji, excuse me. It's pretty cool, pretty fun. You have this pickpocket and his two adopted sons pulling off these cons and whatnot, and then and they cross paths with the police captain as well as Uncle Bill's two daughters, played by Lu Lai Lin and Eve and Eva Lai, you know what I'm saying, who did a fantastic job in their roles. I ain't gonna lie. Lo Meng as Lee Tin Wei, the police captain, is pretty cool. I definitely enjoy his role in this. Wang Long as Lung or Dragon is cool. Hyun Ki Ji as the Madam, she did a fantastic job, and she's a South Korean actress, as you already know by her name. What else? The comedy in this is pretty funny. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? I definitely laughed my ass off. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the bits with Bill Tong and Chin Soo Ho and Chung Gam together, or it's just Chin Soo Ho and Chung Gam. What I'm saying? It's pretty cool, especially with their little pit pocket, scenes. Yeah, this like I said, the story is pretty fun. It's not super serious. It's what I'm saying, but it does have its serious moments. You know what I'm saying, with the drug lord stuff and all of that, which is cool. You know what I'm saying. Very reminiscent of the other Hong Kong and Taiwanese kung fu comedies at the time, especially the ones by Jackie Chan with his films, Snake and Eagle Shadow, Drunken Master, Phyllis Hyena, the Young Master, and then Project A and Dragon Lord, and as well as the films by Sammo Hung like Warriors 2, Prodigal Son, Encounter the Spooky Kind, Knockabout, and many other classics I can name at the top of my head. You know what I'm saying? The director Choi Ha or Susha in Mandarin, he did a fantastic job, with this movie in terms of its, the comedy aspects and all that. And the script writers, I got my notes right here: Kwon Yu Win, Chow Jung Wing, and Yip Guy. did a fantastic, job with the script. I can definitely say. And the musical parts, that and the dancing parts, I definitely enjoyed pretty much. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, this was during a time where Shaw Brothers was trying to, capitalize on the success of like I said, Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung. These martial arts stuntmen who went from being stuntmen to big stars and fight choreographers and directors. Same thing with Yiu-Wing. He went from being a stuntman to being a fight choreographer to a director with Singing Eagle Shadow, Drunken Master, Dance of the Drunk Mantis. What else did he directed? Oh, Buddha, the Buddhist Fist. You know what I'm saying? The Miracle Fighters and all that. Also Dreadnought and Magnificent Butcher as well for Golden Harvest. So let's not forget that, y'all. So Shaw Brothers was trying to capitalize on that and try to do the same thing themselves. Because especially since they gained success from that with especially with his directorial films like Spiritual Boxer, Challenge of the Masters, Execution from Shaolin, 36 Chamber of Shaolin, Heroes of the East, Dirty Ho, and more. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, that's everybody who did their part in the movie, the cast and crew, fan, awesome in this. The cast definitely did their job with the acting. So yeah, I don't want to drag this too long, so I'm just gonna say the story, characters, acting, and the comedy get a 5 out of 5. The action in this is pretty dope, you know what I'm saying? Some classic kung fu action, which I like, especially from Shaw Brothers back in the early to mid 80s, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Choi Ha, Choi Fat, Unify, and Chen Ga did a fantastic job with the fight choreography. I ain't gonna hold y'all. You know what I'm saying? Especially with in the end fight too, it's just awesome. Some pure classical kung fu goodness, as well as kung fu comedy film goodness, which I like. You feel me? Um, yeah, the fights were very well choreographed, very well shot, very well edited, and very well lit too. You know what I'm saying? The film as a whole was shot very well, especially since it's mostly shot in the Shaw Brothers Studios in Clearwater Bay. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely looks convincing enough to take you to the China during the Republic era, which I like. Yeah, and the soundtrack is also pretty dope too. It's mostly like it's a mixture of like original music as well as like library music too. And the composers are Stephen Shin Gum Wing and So Jun Hao. Yeah, they did a good job in composing the music in this. You know what I'm saying? Thumbs up on that. Anyway, so yeah, the action, cinematography, editing, lighting, and music, 5 out of 5 as well. Overall, Fast Fingers is an awesome 1983 Hong Kong comedy film classic from Shaw Bros. I highly recommend y'all checking this out, especially if you're a fan of like Chin Su Ho and Bill Tong, you know what I'm saying, and Chen Gan and Lo Mang from the Venom Mob and Wang Long Wai, awesome bad guy, you know what I'm saying, from back in the day and things of that nature. So, especially if you like kung fu comedy films, especially ones done by Jackie Chan, Sammo Hung, Yuen, etc., etc. This film gets a 5 out of 5. Hopefully, y'all enjoy this review. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about Fast Fingers in the comments below if y'all watched it already. If y'all like this video, y'all can hit that like button and share it. Subscribe to the channel if y'all enjoy this type of content. Y'all can also follow me on my other social media accounts and stay tuned for more reviews and more of the videos along the way. With all that said, it's your boy, Ogechi Aghaji, aka Oaghaji, aka the perfect sensei from the West Coast, signing out. Peace.